Okay, welcome to the Bar Gaming channel. So, this is what I'm starting out with. So, this is a fresh profile. I got several others. They have many miles on them. As in, I have one that's about to break 100,000. I may bring that up one of these times, maybe not. But for today, and for this start here, we're going to rock and roll with this one. So, I messed up a tutorial thing earlier, so I had to skip through that before I start. This way you don't have to go through it. And that's where we're at. So, started out in Idaho. And trying to think of which town it was. I just can't think of it off my head. So, anyways, I kind of switch back and forth between first person and the looks like we need to adjust the steering sensitivity. And the top view here. So we need to adjust some sounds right quick. So hopefully this will help because they're loud to me too. That taken care of. I know that there's a lot of background noise whenever I talk. That's just due to my motherboard. A lot of static in it. So I've gone back and forth between my Logitech adapter that I have and its software. I found it to work the best as through USB. It's better than using the onboard audio on this motherboard. So eventually we're going to upgrade that as the plan. This computer is 5 years old. It kind of has some issues of running OBS, which is what I'm using to record, and doing other things like more demanding CPU demanding games. As you see in my top right corner of your screen, I have my FPS, I have my GPU and temperatures and all that. So what I'm running is an i5 6400, has an H110 motherboard and a GTX 970. So this was a pre-built from Best Buy. What I knew back in I guess it was 2016, so it's 4 years old. So yeah, going on 5. But what I knew then compared to now, yeah, it just came down to money. This one was on sale. It at least had the i5 and the GTX 970, for pretty much a reasonable price. So I jumped on it. So it pretty much got me back into a desktop then. So I was going to adjust. Oh, that's not it. I think it's under controls. Steering sensitivity. If I remember right, it's about right there where I like it. So yeah, I think. So I am using a Logitech gamepad that is wireless. Works just fine. Me so far. Yep. No jailbreak. We're just gonna pretend that there's nobody coming that way. So let's do some more key binding here. Fresh profile. I gotta do it every time. It drives me nuts, but it's kind of how it is. So I usually set that to A. And Now we have jake brake. Look both ways, you know. Random cop out of nowhere. So most likely I will get ticked off at the tickets and stuff, so I will probably turn those off. That's, I remember that being that fast, but yeah. That's mostly due to the red lights and turning right. That has never ever gotten fixed. I need to turn on the other mirror. There we go. Attention here. Turn here. So I try to drive this like I would in real life sometimes, and sometimes I just kind of go. You know, it's kind of one of those deals. And I did base up in Idaho Falls, so that was a town I was trying to think of earlier, but I just couldn't get it to come to mind. So that's the way we go. And this is a brand new truck too. Look at that, 2 miles on it already. See that miles per hour there. So let's running. GPU's at 58, 59%, 30 FPS for whatever reason. Shouldn't be doing that. Should be at 60. Hey, I need to go tweak some settings, I would imagine. There's some settings that I don't want on. I know they've kind of changed up some stuff. Which is if I get a new computer, it would most likely run it just fine. So I would most likely get an i7 equivalent, but most likely I'll probably go AMD. They're just best for the bang to the buck on that one. So yeah. I you know, on a budget. It's just kind of the way it is. So the other thing is I've been having problems with my GPU, and every now and then it will kind of spaz out and I'll get a screen tear, but I hadn't noticed that here for a while. So, you know, boy, how long is this trip? 44 miles. Oh, well, this isn't that typical, you know, right around the corner type of load. Okay. I didn't know that. This is the first load, the load that they give you, by the way. So, just cruising along. I may do another load after this, I don't know. No, I think what I'll do is just do like 30-minute videos or something. That is the plan. And of course I'm speeding. I would never do that, right? So there's an 18-speed transmission in here. And by the way, I do run this on sequential. There goes my words. A word that I can't say, you know. It's kind of the way I go. So, it is in manual mode, it is not automatic. So I shift it myself. I know back in whenever the game first came out, it was always best just to run it manual. But I know they've improved it a lot since, so. Yeah. Usually with an 18 speed, I skip a couple of gears. Usually how it goes. Should be able to actually start out in 4th or maybe even 6th gear. In real life, normally start in 1st. So, yeah. Shift lanes here. State number 2 now. State, oh man. City number 2 in Idaho. Apparently. There we go. White turn now. White turn. That button, we're going to go for this one. Need to look and see where that puts us. I think up here. This trailer kind of catches me off guard just due to the way the axles are. In other words, there's only one. It's the tanker trailer. Along the Snake River, interesting. Okay, so that is the first load. And of course, it's going to walk us through the main menu. Whenever it gets around doing that. There's our garage, or our headquarters. So yes, this is where you see your progress, all that good stuff. Pick my next job. I want to buy a new truck. Trying to decide how I want to play this. Not really. Here we go. Okay. Oh, it's an oversized load apparently. Boy, we got us international down to Utah. I tell you what, let's stick in Idaho, since that is the state that's came out. Squeaky chair. I think we'll do this reload and I'll call it here, then I'll probably do several more. We need to turn that way. Looks like we're driving a Mac today. How many miles is on this one? 278,000. Just a couple. Oop. Downshift. Another 18 speed. I'm sure you heard my phone on that one. So, kind of an awkward turn. This truck's definitely quiet compared to the other one. So, step outside. You see that on the middle screen there, looks like it's 86 degrees. It is 11:31 a.m. You need to turn here. We are facing east, that's actually interesting. On there. On. Really, another trip? Yeah, we're sitting at a red light. So, I think the plan will be as soon as I can, which is I think it's reloads that I have to do. I can't buy a truck, so I chose Peterbilt as, I guess, my favorite truck there at the beginning of the game. So, I'm gonna go with Peterbilt. So, nothing against Kenworth. After ever since they added the 379 in the game, I've just gone with it pretty much. So, yeah. So I'll be buying one of those as soon as possible. Get a loan, of course. Looks like this trip we already got 2 miles. Interesting. Not sure how you reset that. I'm assuming you can do that. I don't think I've ever done that before. Not sure. If you press I on the keyboard, yeah, there we go. Changes that center screen. So what's we on now? Fuel economy. This is, looks like oil temp. Engine oil temp. Air pressures. I see where it says it now. Air pressures are good, of course. Actually interesting. You get your primary and secondary tank there. And engine load. Yeah, we're giving her all the beans on this one. So, yeah. What else is there? No notices. Okay. And we're back to where we started. This part is 65, interesting. Yeah. Get on over here. Now we can go 70. There's my RPMs. My left side there. It's been kind of going off sound whenever I shifted there. Not quite to 70 yet. Oh, it's back to 65. Oh man. Just missed a sign or something. Now we're back to 70. Okay. Got some lines back here. It's kind of oddball there. Not correct. Yeah, they're all the beans, and we're slowly getting to 70. And I got cruise control set. I got some more keybinds that I need to take care of. Road work. We're gonna follow this truck. Who wants to wait? I don't recommend doing that in real life, but you know, or get that close. It's so good. I just got her wound up to 70. Of course, I had to throw in the road work. Talk to our pal there. Driving it back. You know. So, let's get her wound back up. Gotta go 55 now. Can't quite read that sign. They seem to add in like some cities in between, which is very interesting. So, yeah, man, I'm glad that they done that. It's a lot better than, you know, not having them. A lot of these are like state highways. There's only like a couple of interstates in Idaho from what I can tell on the map in the game. Now we gotta go 35. Punch the old jigs. Speaking of jig brakes being prohibited. Yeah. Alright. Oh man, 25. I guess if I have to, I'll go 25. I guess Arizona, there's 25. I was gonna say, I remember there being a 25 in this game. But yeah, a lot of towns in Arizona is 25. That's 35. 55. And then 65 around a sharp corner. Nice. I think I should move that sign, to be honest. Got her close on that one. Okay, let's get this thing wound up. Just show you what we're hauling. We're hauling office supplies. 36,982 pounds worth of it. Yeah. It's just a little bit of weight. That's all. Anyways, gonna keep her on trucking. I'm just kind of watching my FPS here. Well, it's rolling about 50 right now. No sharp curves here. Okay. Make sure that we keep the dirty side down. Apparently that was a turn. Oh well. Not sure what that thing is. Gotta stop there sometime and see. We're down to 40 FPS. I used to around solid 60s in this game. I mean, it was solid. I wouldn't hardly budge, wouldn't hardly do anything, but I know they done some changes to the game engine and stuff, and I've noticed here lately graphics cards just been kinda like it should. Not with the driver issue, or I actually have it underclocked now. About 50 megahertz, just see if it will fix it. So I'll get down to 25 again. I get her slowed down here. Flip on the old turn signal. As far left in her lane as possible and turn. And wind her up again. Looks like I go 55. Sounds good to me. Get that wound up. Trucking. Looks like we have mail from the looks of it. Should have enough fuel. I know there is a way that you can see that. Distance to empty, 816. Yeah, we got plenty. So we got 43 miles left. Got plenty of fuel. Oh no. Yeah, distance to empty is 800. Remaining fuel, 169 gallons. So yeah, we got plenty of fuel. So see if we could keep her trucking. Turn right up here. The old graphics aren't looking quite as good as what they used to. Yeah, definitely not. Stop here. It's the first time I've seen one of these lights in this game. We're going to wait for these two. I'll tell you what, while we're here, I'll fix the graphics. So I like to run that at 400%. I also like to have those disabled and just drop these down to him just to see if that helps. So yes. Then let's check, see what this email is. Brand new Peterbilt trucks for sale. Visit our showroom in Idaho Falls. So we'll check that out after this load. So this truck here and go. We have 18 miles left and 165 gallons. So yeah, definitely not going to run out. And we have 35 miles an hour here. I've seen a 35 mile an hour warning sign before. Don't have those where we live here. Oh, see a little flag. Oh yeah, 35. It's my kind of speed limit through towns. Speed up to 55. Around the corner here. Rocking at 30 FPS now. Yeah, we may drop that back down to 300. Like I said, I used to run that at 400. I mean, it was everything maxed, and I'm just running it. So, I'm not too sure what's going on. There's just more detail in the game now. Here in Idaho, or you know what it is. Really don't know. It's just been driving me nuts, I know that. And on top of that, having the graphics issues. But running OBS in this game is working just fine. Tried doing it with Sea of Thieves, but just couldn't do it. So, anyways, we are to our destination. I think we will do this one here, because we're past the 30-minute mark, and I do want to look at trucks before I enter out. I remember when you had to be right on these things. And we are not level 2 yet. Oh, continue. Oh, maybe we are. Or what? Maybe we're level 1. I don't know. What do we want? I think we will. Let's do flammables. So, flammable gas. Yeah, I think that's one that we want. We'll apply that. Then another email. So need money, we can help. There we go. So we'll look at trucks, and probably the next one we will buy one. So truck dealer. Bill. Let's visit. Yes. I'm sure some people would say buy this one because it's cheaper, but bigger fan of these. Because, you know, they just look better. It's a nice classic look. So, yeah. Of course, there's, you know, all these here. Can't buy them. Gotta be level 13 for those two. And this one. And that one. This one you gotta be level 20. Level 20. Level 20. Level 20 again. So, yeah, this is the trucks that we gotta choose. Like I said, I will be going with this one. So, that's where we'll be. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Catch you in the next one. See ya.